Hey everybody, the Mature Simmer here. So these are special transports, because we know that with these. Not really something that I'm dying to take, because they have their own set of rules. Yeah, they pay a good amount, but just not really the thing. This is a regular one, but we have two just-in-time deliveries available to us. So that's exactly what I was hoping for, is that we would see more of that. So Nevada, Oregon, and Wisconsin, Washington. So we can get all the way up there with our long length. And again, at level 2, we're able to take something that long if we really wanted a big long run like that. So the issue is the other ones that are going to move me along are taking me into Nevada, where I don't have more American cities, and we're likely going to have a problem. So as much as I'd like to do that, I'm going to go ahead and take this because it's a good paying job at 68 cents a mile, and it's probably because it's batteries, it's lengthy, could be a lot of reasons. And again, Washington and Oregon do have more American cities, so I'm not opposed to just working the entire Pacific coast as far as the states. I'm just trying to stay within these three. So I think as long as we're doing that, we're okay. And while this one's, yeah, see, this is only 30 miles shorter, but it gets me over to the east more, which I think is just a bit dangerous. Now, again, we could get to Union Gap and have very little, but my hope is, because we're going to a railway location, that we'll have some options. So let's take this job. All right, so it's early morning, 4:27 a.m., so we are, again, taking off in the dark, which I know is not the best for visibility, and people have commented here and there. Drive during the day. Well, I drive all the time, so we do get during the day. So you've got cameras out here. So this is one of those trucks that is mounted with a visibility system, which is pretty cool. Probably helpful in getting those post views and all that. But we also get down on the side. So everything's pretty good. All right. So 597, just short of 600 miles. So just be prepared for that.
Turn left.
Turn left. Okay, I would have not thought that. I was going to turn right because I'm like, to get out of town, that's where we want to go.
Get ready to turn left.
So it's interesting that batteries, and again, maybe because they're, they're manufactured already or whatever, but I would think there'd be some sort of specialty cargo for this. Honestly, I'm surprised they're not hazmat a little bit, because they are basically corrosive, but only if you get in an accident, I suppose. So maybe that's the thing, because they're stable. But yeah, that's where we just delivered last time, was just right down the road. So it was great to be able to find a job pretty quickly, really close by, and get going again. Now, we're going to have a good length. We're not going to get much other than that, as far, because we're basically going to get the mileage and parking. Yeah, I think getting to Nevada would have just caused me a similar kind of problem. So we know we're going to need to go left here.
Turn left. Turn left.
All right. Again, it's California. It's getting close to 5 a.m. because you may be like, what is with this traffic? But it's not abnormal that would happen, because I'm sure people are getting going. So we will see how this haul goes. But yeah, it's a typical Freightliner that I like. Always enjoyed these trucks. Just pretty fancy digital dashboard. Good size GPS screen. You know, kind of what's not to like, right?
Keep
Right.
left.
Like, we
And
gotta
then
go
turn
left. There's other things in there, so we'll know that we can go.
Turn left.
So they've got some sort of lumber, probably, I'm thinking. U.S. prime wood, there you go. Guarantee of sustainability. So yeah, typically, you know, forestry companies, they will go ahead and, you know, replant. They're obviously, it's in their best interest to do so, obviously. Otherwise, they wouldn't have anything to harvest in the future. So there is a whole process with that. We should, you know, this will be a little longer. It might take us close to an hour to haul this far. Again, at least in California, we can only go 55. We'll see if that changes into Oregon and Wisconsin, where we can speed up a little bit. But once again, with the physics mod, everything else, the fact that we really don't want to be taking damage, because it's hard to recover from if we're getting in accidents and speeding fines and all that. So we want to stay away from that. But should be fine here. And then after this run, it's time to go back to Eurotruck for a little bit, so make a little progress there. So we just keep going along. And there we have been finding the just-in-time jobs, which was part of what motivated me here. Like, yeah, that is probably, honestly, the best choice. So if I was to do it again, yes, I would absolutely have picked just in time for my first skill point, and then, you know, gone for agile. I would have done the opposite, which is what I'm doing in Eurotruck. Alright, are we... I guess I should... Alright, so we're going to circle around. Might as well take a look. We're going to go through Dunningen, so we might discover that. Corning, Reading, kind of right down the heart. Weed, we're definitely going to discover. Klamath Falls, that's part of base map, but Crescent and Gilcrest are not. Bend is also a major one. Terrebonne, Maupin, which I don't think we'll discover. That's up the other road. Shanico, Biggs Junction, Goldendale, all the way to Union Gap. So should be a good amount of discovery here. Whoa, forgot I was moving at a good clip. I kind of had my foot on the brake, but obviously just a little passively. Suddenly I'm like, I don't need to rear end something here. But yeah, definitely a great opportunity. And it's just figuring out, do I want to do the longer loads as a standard? Because again, I can take the 600 mile ones. You know, I might be able to tweak, if I really want to do that, I might be able to tweak the job loads a little bit, because the base GDC mod allows us to go further than the 600. So why, you may ask? Are you saying, am I saying, hey, I can only go 600? that is a preference to stick with. When I started using GDC, those were the limits. They were basically the base limits per level in the game, and they just used that here, but made the economy harder so that, you'd have to take a bunch of really short jobs, quite a few of them, to get to level 1. And then if you wanted to open it up, even with...
And then turn right.
But even with a smaller distance, I was like, well, I don't know. I don't think I would have added my skill point to that. I probably actually want to go...
Keep right.
Yeah. So I'm like, we need to go up toward Reading, and at this point, then I think it becomes a little less interchangey. But 5:30 in the morning, a couple more hours, and it should start to brighten up. I think I had my head turned a little bit when I turned on the head tracking, so fix that up. Yeah, we're not going to Reno, I know that.
Keep
So
left.
probably just going straight, and then it's a matter of, does it, because I-80 will break off and go to Sanford. Oh, it's actually both of them are going that way, so yes, we're just going straight through. This is where we'll hit Dunnington. It's just a matter of, will it unlock on the interstate, or would we be at one of those towns where it's like, okay, you need to exit to get credit for it. Either way is fine, honestly. I understand the logic to not make it super simple that you have a bunch of unlocked locations when you technically didn't deliver or visit that location. So it's Dunnigan. Alright, anybody? There is someone coming, but they're far enough back. Should be fine. Alright, if it's gonna figure it out, it'll probably do it by about the overpass location, but I'm thinking it's further out to the west where the trigger points are, so yeah. I mean, if we get it now, I'd be very, very surprised. So I think it's clear we're not going to. Okay. Couldn't really read the sign clearly, so I'm not sure what were those mileage points for. But again, another hour for sure in the next 2 hours. We'll have daylight. We're definitely likely going to spend the entire day with this run, but this is a long run. One of the longer ones we've done, but as I said, maybe this will become more of the norm for the series. It would obviously help us progress a little faster. It's just, do I enjoy the long runs kind of as early as we are in our career? So I think that's, oh no, it's plumbing. Like, I saw services or something. I'm like, this is a police officer, but doesn't look like it. So we still have a good way to the California-Oregon border. The state is quite lengthy, north and south. Pretty fancy rest area, I'll tell you that. Especially on this side, it looks like it has triple the capacity, which is a bit crazy. But we are already 100 miles on the way. Right, 500 miles to go. So, alright, so here is Corning, I think. Again, I don't think we're going to discover this. But he may have been more gracious. That, hey, if you're going by, you can work from here as well. Whoops. Thinking it's not going to happen. Yeah, we had a pretty good way. Alright. Does it speed up more? No, I'm not seeing it. I think it just said 65 radar enforced, so... Alright, we're gonna have to pull off. I would assume we will. Yep. Alright. So, 7 a.m., they're definitely just kind of starting up. Wanna get some of these guys going, so... We'll pull off here. It's an interesting setup. That's for sure.
Finding a new route.
Well, it really doesn't need to, but I get it. Alright, so we'll get ourselves lined up here. Looks like he's coming in already. Actually, maybe the first one is where it needs to go. Kind of looking to see if I see anything on the pavement there. I don't think I do. There's a little bit of an overhang on the building too, so I think it'd be a little bit dangerous. Oh, no, we can go over there, so let's see. I go over, okay, we can go to both. Good to know in the future, but so I don't know that this would really work because technically we're not on the scale. But alright. So good to know though. So it is double duty that it allows here. Yeah, I really can't safely get ahead of him, so we'll wait. And we'll get over here, because yes, he will try to merge, but we should get a little bit of a run, because we got a downhill here. But hopefully we'll be able to merge and be on our way pretty quickly again. But we'll wait until we really start closing the gap. And then we'll go ahead, but there we go. 8 a.m. It is cloudy, so I'm a little worried that we might be heading into some rain, which is unfortunate, but hopefully not. Alright, Reading Airport. So again, Reading is part of the base map, so not surprised that we, given that it's on both sides of us, that it gives us credit for discovering this. But up to speed. But I'm sure traffic is going to get worse and worse as we go. As more and more people wake up, get on the roads. You know the drill if you've driven anywhere. But, alright. We do appear to be kind of catching that. So I'm going to move over. This is all still part of Reading.
Keep left.
Alright, through left 2 lanes. Alright, well, that's what we're doing. But hopefully no rain. The winter's a little drier,
Keep left.
so that would be excellent. Then we might at least be able to view things a little ways out that way. But this is definitely where we're going to feel the size and scope of California for sure. So we'll have been driving for hundreds of miles, which in most states would take you from the south, from one end to the other, north-south, and here we were already well up north, and we still had that much room before the border, which is a little bit crazy when you think on it. We got over there. Do I... Oh. So I don't understand why my head tracking wasn't really working, but it wasn't. But we'll pop over here. I do have my blinds closed. Again, it's kind of become an automated way to do things, or a, habit. It's not automated. I physically have to go close them. So yes, automated is the wrong word. Alright, we're going downhill. It should keep us in line. So Portland, 298. Weed was one. I don't know if Weed's in California or not. So... But nice bridge. Definitely starting to get a little more mountainous. So pretty big median here. It's only 50 to get around, so we're going to slow this down a little bit. And there we go. So we got some deer. So a few serpentine turns, and then we are out of here. But we're kind of going around. You can see up above to the left, we kind of closed up, but now we're going around here so they didn't have to carve out a whole lot. It says 55. I don't know that I trust it, though. Yeah, it seems okay. Alright, well, there's Weed. So we're going to find out pretty soon if it's in California or if it is in Oregon. Another rest area. Alright, we're going to move over a little quicker than the rest, but yeah, the typical traffic that you would expect in the mountains, so we'll be careful. Maybe some of these guys will head off to the rest area. Or not. It was wishful thinking. Ah! What is he doing? That was, yeah, that was a bad move. He, like, merged right into me. Huh. So that's the first
and then exit right.
poor behavior I've seen from the AI drivers. So, luckily he didn't hit us, but I had enough room where he stopped when he got close enough to me. I don't know. Yeah, that was, and again, it'll happen. I mean, things will happen where bad decisions will be made, and so I'm not expecting the AI traffic to be perfect. But yeah, that was interesting. So about 9:50 in the morning. I'm going to try to share that with, the creators that are working on it, because that will help them to maybe tweak some things. And I know, like, with the old AI behavior in the game, like, sometimes if you were... Because I was definitely drifting to the left side of the lane, and it's like, does it lose track that you're there? And therefore, you know, because it maybe wanted to pass the truck in front of it, it's like, oh yeah, I need to get to the left lane and start a pass. But either way, yeah, that was a bit scary. Yeah, I mean, the town is there, but I don't know that I see a pickup location. Like, I don't see any indicator of that. Like a name or something. I mean, it just might be the gas station, I guess, and something in the back there. I don't know. All right, so do we have to go 45? Ooh, oh no. Oh boy. Okay, well, we're going to come up slowly because we have had... I'm going to cross the line here. Because, yeah, I've had trees like this have a collision. So I do not want that. That would be bad. All right. So again, that's not a GDC problem. That is a map problem. So that would probably potentially be a more American cities thing, because maybe they've done the roadway. I don't know. But yeah, that slowed me down because I was worried the way it was closing in. I'm like, my goodness, are we going to some national park or something that I technically am not allowed to go through again? But I don't think so. I did see the Oregon state line, but in all that hullabaloo, I didn't pick up how far away it was. If you haven't liked or subscribed yet, please consider doing that. It's greatly appreciated, really important to the YouTube algorithm. Continuing to try to, you know, gain more traction, get more folks subscribed, and grow the channel and the following, because that is helpful on a lot of levels, including being able to have enough funding to maybe do some things that I wouldn't normally do, because otherwise it's like, if it's not, oh, I'm sure I'm gonna like this thing, or, you know, very, very sure, like, I don't take a whole lot of chances of just, hey, I'll spend money on something and then maybe it'll be terrible. That's easier to do if I have some extra funds, and right now there's certainly not enough cash flow coming from the YouTube ad revenue to do that. I spend more on Sims just in general on my own. You know, it's already something that I'm subsidizing per se, and so therefore I just get what I'd like to get, and what I'm comfortable with. Okay, is he coming next to us? There we go. So, all right, so I think that's the agricultural inspection station, and so this will be the state line here. All right, it's 40, so we're not going to go too super fast here. It's climbing enough that we're not going to speed up that much, and then we'll continue on. Yeah, we're not even halfway yet, which is crazy. Alright, so apologize for the kind of quietness and stepping away. I do have a window of time to get this done, and given that it's a lengthier drive, just making sure that I'm not in trouble there. Alright, Oregon welcomes you. Does Oregon welcome us to 65 is the real question. So let's see, let's speed up a bit. Looks like it does, so we will do that. And hopefully we won't regret. We're running out of fuel. What? That is odd. Usually they're not doing that. So that's interesting. Alright, well, we're coming into town, which is good. So we might have to take a little bit of a detour to find some fuel. Let's see. Alright, it looks like we're going to be going by something there, so I think we'll be alright. Yeah, I was like, do I need to exit? But it doesn't look like we do. Oh, we did discover it. I also wasn't sure on this, but this, again, is a base map town. So sometimes I think because it would be out in the middle of nowhere, sometimes it's a little more forgiving. Alright, 45. So we just want to be safe, be careful. So we're going to shift back and forth. We don't want to make sudden moves here, because, again, batteries aren't typically that light. I mean, it says it's only 41,000 pounds, which isn't that significant. But yeah, so it doesn't look like it's right there. I'm gonna have to pull off the roadway, I think. Because I thought it was gonna be like a rest area, but it looks like it's more involved than that. Now again, I think the company will pay for the fuel, so I'm not worried about that. It's just surprising, but maybe again for 600 miles. I mean, you would think, I don't know, it's a 200-gallon tank, so maybe, I mean, we have gone 300 miles, maybe it can't quite do it, because that is pretty much the base size you get. That's the other reason, like on a used truck, that I'm likely going to hold out to be able to afford some more stuff, because otherwise I think I'm just in a problem space. How do I get in here is the real question. So the rest is back there, but is the fuel back there? Probably. I think these are just the cars. Yeah, trucks only. So there we go. Now we can see the locations. Didn't need to quite swing that far, but kind of overshot a little bit. Alright, so we'll stop the engine. 362. Okay, the engine is stopped. I don't understand. It's like restarting. Alright, let me... because maybe we're moving or something. Oh, I don't understand. Why is it restarting the truck? Okay. Alright, let's see. Does this work? Alright. So I had to turn off the automatic engine and electric start, which is fine. I probably should be doing that anyway. But yeah, that was odd. Normally it's not giving me that difficulty. All right. All right. I'm like, I thought I started it, but I didn't. Okay. Fuel expenses are covered by our employer. So that's fine. I mean, other than we needed to stop. So it's just more of a timing thing. This looks like a curb. I don't understand why. But okay. I mean, maybe we shouldn't have gone. I don't know. It's not like it said I couldn't, but either way. Alright. So we will continue on our way. Another way station. We might have to stop again.
Go straight.
So we shall see. Okay, we can continue. Oregon green light clearance process, it said. That is like up the hill. That's kind of cool. Trying to figure out, it's not an overpass, I don't think, so it must come back down and join up. The way it went, I'm like, looking at the map, I'm like, will it come back together? But I think it would have been okay. So yeah, here it's yielding and then coming back. Whoops. We can only go 50, so let's, no speeding tickets again. We do not want to give income away if we do not need to. So 282 is what we still have left to do. Alright, now it looks like we're clear. So we'll turn our cruise back on and drive away. Again, there's a bunch of towns up here. So we're going to discover probably 4 or 5 more, I think, if I remember correctly, in the next 275 miles. Like at this point, we are past the halfway point. And we should be fine with 600 on like being able to make it on the time and hours of service time. But just not sure. Okay, so maybe I can only go 60 in the truck. I did see a little 60 sign down below, so that might be truck 60. Yeah, looks like that's what it is. So we'll do that. Big rest area there, a tinier one on the other side. Just might have had more room, not necessarily that, hey, there's more traffic in this direction. But the typical view we'd have out here, just, oh, nice bear. But yeah, a lot of pine trees, things like that. Am I hearing a train again? So he might be coming. Not seeing him in the mirror, but I hear it rumbling. So we'll see, because I'm not sure. There's a lot going on with the roads there.
Keep right.
Keep right. Alright, so we go to Bend. Alright, so we're just not exiting, it's an exit. Okay, so now I understand. But we should discover Crescent. But just past noon, so definitely enjoying the weather. The clouds have broken up, which is great. Looks like a smokestack or something over there. Is there a red light here? I don't know. it is slower, so let's be careful. Is it a one horse or a one stoplight town, or not even? Not even. And then, yeah, Gilchrist is right there, so pretty cool. I don't know if these are all created for the More American Cities map, or he just, you know, again, made it a city that is discoverable and we can deliver to, but if he had created a bunch of those, they're pretty cool. All right. So just meandering now. Yeah, I don't think we're going to discover Gilchrist. I would think we'd need to turn left and go down the road that way. That would make sense. Gonna slow that down. Because, yeah, I think if we speed up, let's see. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. I'm like, it's not getting red, but then it was. So I think we're still in Oregon. Although we may have crossed in. Well, let's stay on this side of the road. We don't need any head-on collisions. That would be awful. Not just for the damage, but man, truck running into an SUV head-on like that. Ugh. That would not be good for the occupants of the SUV. That would get you terminated for sure, along with potential legal issues as well. But all right, so World War I veterans, I think it said. All right, I saw 45. All right, so just seems like it's a long road here, but we're okay. Yeah, I was like, I can get 2 runs done in the time I have, no problem. And I knew that I would potentially take a longer one, but yeah, this, because it's not interstate driving, this is taking significantly longer than it normally would have. But we have been given the credit of discovering Bend, so that's always nice. But we'll have to get through Bend before we can move. I know Bend is in Oregon, so we have now answered that question. But go across the other roadway there. Going a little quick, because again, we can only go... I should probably just set it so that we're not making mistakes through town. And then I'm less, you know, foot driving. Now it is speeding up on me because we're downhill, but it should slow down. Why is it not sloughing off any speed? Alright. Just hitting the brake, slowing down enough, and then going. And then we've got
Keep left.
yeah, Terrebonne, I think is what it is. Oh, the Dales. I remember the Dales. That's also something that you kind of drive through a good amount on just base map stuff. I'm gonna go over here because we have got a line of trucks, and if they start turning right... So this, again, is a great
Go straight.
addition with the AI behavior mod. Now, again, he's passing, so that's fine. Now, hopefully, again, we don't have anybody doing anything crazy on me here. Because, yes, at some point, I'm sure we're just going to go down to 1 lane. Ooh. You should yield to me. Are you going to? You are not, are you, you evil truck? Alright, fine. Oh, well. That was a bit of my fault. I thought I had given him enough room, and I didn't, but... So... It was a no fine hit, at least. Maybe it's set that way, but... Yeah, I'm surprised he tried to outrun me. I guess I would have expected, given that he was merging, that he would have yielded to me as right-of-way, being that we were really close to even. Alright. And I don't recall that we were going through the Dales, so we may either not be getting that far, although, yeah, I think it was only 110, and we're going 175. So there must be a turn somewhere that takes you there, I would think, or somehow I totally missed it. Alright, I'm thinking we just passed over. Alright, now can we go quicker here, or is it all still 45 now? Alright, so we can go 55, I'm sure, but can we go 65 again? It's not really telling us. Okay, we can go 60 is what it was, so... That sign was familiar. Crooked River, I think, is what it said. Alright, so we need to move over. Got room, nobody's in the way, all of that. So I'm trying to remember after Terrebonne if there was one or two more towns. I guess it doesn't matter. I think this is it. I think it's Maupin, and then where we're going is next. So, goodness gracious. Going across the center line, I'm going off the shoulder. Like, just lots of not working. So, just under 150 now. So 25% still left to go. You know, so there is the trade-off. I mean, if we think through this, because I was going to say, like, hey, if you have a preference, like, if you'd rather I go longer, and, you know, let me know that, and then I'll know. Because it will create, obviously, longer episodes, and I think people have said, hey, drive wherever you need to drive, and, you know, if you don't have time to do the whole run, fine, break it into multiples. People were okay with that. They're just like, they just enjoy the drive, so doesn't matter that way. But the other thing it would do is, obviously, it would take less deliveries to level up and so forth, which is, again, why in the base mod they changed the distances so that people didn't have to do 40, 50, 100 loads with the short distances, you know, the other way. But so if you've got input one way or the other, let me know. Put it down in the comments. And that's a cool view, just looking at the mountains out in the distance. So can we not go 60? I don't understand. I know we're going 61, but... Alright, so no, there's Shaniko. Now, again, we knew we'd discover this, but yeah, Maupin was nearby, but not enough to matter. Alright, so 40... Yeah, I was like, is that a police officer? Because if it is, I'm in trouble. But we're good. And then this turn is just 30. Alright, and And then Biggs is 27. Alright, so yeah, it looks like we can go 55 again. But a 45-mile-an-hour curve. So yes, I did go a little quicker, but I don't know that I want to push it too much here. A lot of windmills. Right, so I'm assuming we can go quicker now. Although there's another turn with another sign. So maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, under 100. But this is clearly all just 2-lane back roads with a lot of trucks, so... Right, there's Biggs Junction, which was 27 when we looked at that mile sign back there. And then again, we need to wiggle through here, so we got like a New Holland dealer there. I haven't seen a whole lot of farm fields, so it's surprising to see a big combine / harvester like that. Wouldn't think there'd be much demand. I'm not seeing a lot of farms on the hills here. Just kind of paying attention to the roadway. So, about 4 p.m. Again, it is winter. It's February. So, darkness will settle upon us earlier than in the summer. We might have a viewpoint to take in and enjoy. That's nice. Ooh, let's make sure we give ourselves enough room. It started saving as we went around the turn too. So yeah, just all kinds of challenges, but it worked out okay. So it looks like, all right, truck entry and exit, but yeah, we can go here. We'll definitely take a look because
Turn right.
those are always fun. So let's see, the Biggs Junction. I was beginning to wonder if it was going to show us anything. But I guess, alright, so we have a train. And that, I think, was just luck of the draw. That's pretty cool that we got a train going through there. But yeah, it's... So, I'm thinking it's this... You know, these things. So it's the Columbia River, which I think is going to be the border. Could be wrong. And then... I don't see us. Oh, a big radio tower. And there is our parking location again, so there we are. So I'm not sure I have to turn around. So we'll definitely see. Alright, that's right. Okay, so we have to hit the button twice is kind of what's going on. But we should be able to... Just saw that truck suddenly was like, whoa, he's coming at me, but he wasn't. Okay, can't exit there. Okay. Guess we'll head over here. And then Just go out on the road and exit that way.
Finding a new route.
No need to find a new route. We're going along.
Right. And then turn right. Turn right.
Like I get it's another road, but... Alright, yeah, I assume we're just going straight. So, again, we'll turn green, it'll be red, we'll get stopped on both sides. It just never seems to coordinate. Oh, another train coming through. I can hear it. Not sure if it's coming through for you. There he goes. So, crossing underneath. Alright, well now he's green again, so maybe? But I don't know. Is this the guy that I ran into? Has he caught up to us? It might be. Alright, well we only have 65 miles, and the yawning starts with like 2 hours to go, so... Alright, we will obviously let him go. He was clearly ahead of us. There we go. We got a heck of a climb up there to Goldendale. 40. Maryhill State Park to the right, but we can't go there. Alright, really? You're gonna slow down on a big hill like this? You are a superb truck driver. I mean, you could easily have gotten around there without hitting the brakes, so... Whatever. Alright, well there is the state line. So now, welcome to Washington, the Evergreen State. It looks like we'll have to turn left up there. Maybe he'll go to the right and leave us alone? Probably not.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
No, he is amazingly turning right. Alright. Okay, nobody coming that way. Looks like we're open that way. So he's going to Kennewick, which is a town we can go to at some point. We just obviously can't get there here. And then we're just going to turn right again. So sometimes you have these U.S. routes doing that, where they just join up for a second, cross the road, and head in a different direction.
Turn right.
Alright. So 55. So we'll see how it goes. We've got another way station. Rocks. That's always fun. Alright, well hopefully we can make it without a problem. I thought I saw a shadow of a car, but obviously that was not what we were seeing. So we'll get told right here.
Keep
No,
right.
we do
And
need to
then
go.
straight.
Ah, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ah, I was standing on the brake. That came down a little bit more, but alright. So we need to go in there. I would love to, but they're requiring we weigh in.
Recomputing.
Okay. So I'm sure it's a Washington State something or other. Alright, so go there. Come through here. And we still have yellow freight, even though I think they're out of business now. I think they went bankrupt. Might have happened during COVID. I don't remember. But I do believe they are gone. But obviously in the truck add-ons and stuff, we still have them.
Turn right.
Come on, we need to get to our delivery location. I mean, I know I can't rest. I can't sleep for 10 hours and then not get penalized. So either way, we're going to get penalized. It's just... And some of it was we stopped at the waypoint, or the viewpoint, and then we had to get fuel. So yeah, we burned time with a couple stops. But, I mean, we're 35 miles away, so it's not anything crazy, but, you know, obviously, again, it's challenging roads, so we can't go at 60 miles an hour here, so... Alright, so... We can for a bit, so we will. Yeah, I know. It was another 20 minutes since he on last time. So we are definitely in danger here. Coming up on 6 o'clock. Darkness is settling very quickly. My goodness, it was like a quick drapery just went down over me. That was crazy. Alright, so I think we can keep going. Union Gap. And I think that's where we're delivering, so... And like I said, the big thing is going to be... Are we going to have something to take away here?
Keep right.
Alright, so we're going to cross over and then exit 10 miles. The ramp is 25, so again, the save point, all of that. I know. Because, yeah, now it's been another half hour. Entering Union, it didn't discover it yet. Well, now we're down to 4 miles. So, 3 miles, I'm sure it'll start to quiet down. Alright, and off to the left. So now we have discovered it. Okay, go by the long line of vehicles. Welcome to Union Gap. On the overhead, that was kind of cool. Got a Walmart. Every place has got a Walmart, right? Alright, well now it's telling me a mile. Now I would hope we're at town time now. So yes, it hasn't ticked up. Well, now it did go to 6:32, but it's not like going crazy here. So is it the first left or the second left? It's probably the first, but...
Keep left. And then turn left.
Okay. So I
Turn left.
think it's here. Yes, it does say BNSF. And there's a Kiewit over there too. So we do have a couple places, which is good.
You have arrived at your destination.
And then, yeah, it's really just... Okay, I see. So it's right by that light pole. So, again, not the simplest parking job, but we have some room to maneuver, which is good. Alright. So let's get in there, and it's basically beyond that one truck. We're heading toward the light pole is where we want to be at. So we're going to get ourselves at, say, about a 45, and then we'll really maybe turn a little sharper. All right. I think we're getting too close. So let's get out there. And then again, we want to turn sharply. Keep our wheels. We're gonna make it. It's gonna be interesting for sure. Alright, let's see if we can make this straighten out. We might. Nah, now I'm going too far the other way. Definitely a challenge, I'll tell you that. So hopefully we'll be a bit of a more challenging parking. My goodness. All right, let's straighten it out again. All right, so now, as long as I can keep it straight enough, should be okay here. But yeah, I'm hoping this will be a 90 parking opportunity. Get the 90 XP. All right, we are here. Let's get over there and deliver. All right, 601 miles, over 1,000 XP. So again, that's the benefit. 9,500, so not bad. Good delivery. We didn't have anything other than the one little AI hiccup there. And, then again, I was kind of testing it, and it created a problem. So I was the problem there. But I will see you next time.